It feels, this Judgment card, it could be you, it could be your counterpart, it could be others around you, but it really feels like there's this death and rebirth energy that is coming in. And I feel like this eclipse quarter, moving through the eclipse energy with the 1111 portal, anchoring it in, and with the solstice energy coming up as well, it really does feel like there's this death and rebirth energy, like this next level of ascension, this next level of ourselves. With the Knight of Wands, this actually feels a lot like Eight of Wands, in that it's very fast moving. There's a lot of fire there. There's a lot of fire energy. There's a lot of it's just this energy of a lot of movement, and it feels again like that regeneration kind of energy. It feels again like this death and rebirth. What I'm getting from here is like a lot of light codes coming in to facilitate this death and rebirth. Your job is to remain balanced in yourself. I feel like this is you. Again, it could be your counterpart, but I feel like this is you. You're very balanced within yourself. You're very grounded within yourself. And that is in and of itself the key to this next level. I feel like this energy, this is collective energy now. I feel like this energy could get very, very rocky for some people. This is more so, I'm asking if this is for the global collective, and they're saying yes. The planet is going through a global ascension. So in that respect, yes. But more so, this is focused on the collective that is going through ascension and conscious of their ascension. So it would be our segment of the collective, wherein we are conscious, we are doing the healing work consciously, we are doing the clearing work, we're transmuting. So this is not necessarily for, even though it's affecting everyone globally, because everybody's going through this ascension process, it's mainly, this energy right here is focused on our collective who is really doing the work consciously. Does that make sense? Where I feel like if you are not balanced within yourself, if you are not feeling grounded within yourself, get balanced and get grounded. Keep doing the work, because that's going to make the difference. This could bring about some towers. This can bring about some upsets, some upheavals. I'm also getting the phrase, some kind of shocking event. Not necessarily negative, just surprising. And if you are not in this energy of balance, groundedness, stable within you, there's a certain sense of confidence that's coming through here. Not quite the Queen of Wands, but in a very stable way. Very balanced within your emotions, very balanced in your energy. Just very, they're bringing forth cool, calm, collected. This is like your inner union energy they're clarifying. So if there's a lot of energy that's coming through, there's a lot of shifts that are going to be happening or that are already happening. If you're not in this energy, you hold the key. This is the key to it. If you're not in this energy, then it could be a little bit of a turbulent time. So keep doing the work and allow yourself to get grounded. I want to get some more on this energy and see what is going on. I just keep getting the word regeneration. And it just feels really death and rebirth, death and rebirth. Beautiful. These cards are amazing. Holy cow. Okay, part of that death and rebirth, it's because I feel like you've gone through the death. You've gone through like the decay. You have transmuted the old soul sludge, that decayed energy, that old energy. And I feel like you're moving on from it. That's part of the rebirth that's taking place here. And I feel like from this point, part of this rebirth energy is making choices for yourself. In the energy of love, we have the Ace of Cups and we have the Two of Wands. How do you want to move forward? What are your choices when it comes to moving forward? Because you're moving forward no matter what. That's this energy here. That's this forward momentum energy. You're moving forward no matter what. But where do you want to go? How do you want to go forward? What choices do you have to make? What decisions do you have to make in order to move forward? And are you doing it from love or from fear? That's the biggest choice. Are you making those decisions or making those choices out of love or out of fear? Remember, this is general. It could be about relationship. It could be about your partnership. It could be about career, life, family, whatever. This is just general right now. Yeah. tell me more about this Four of Cups. I'm getting this energy. Yeah, Queen of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, the Hierophant, with the Four of Cups and the Three of Swords. I'm getting this energy of, I just want to show you guys the cards because these are crazy cards. I'm getting this energy of almost like don't miss the opportunity for healing. It's a specific energy. Don't miss the opportunity for healing. Don't miss the opportunity for growth. Don't miss the opportunity for forward motion. I was going to say at the beginning, don't let yourself get drawn into the past, but Spirit was like, no, it's more specific than that. Don't miss the opportunity to move forward. Don't miss the opportunity to create your future. That's what this feels like. So, to kind of paraphrase all of this energy, the next 2 months, where we are now with this eclipse quarter, going into the 11/11 portal and the solstice energy, a lot of forward motion, a lot of death and rebirth energy, a lot of shifts, a lot of new level of ourselves, new level of our ascension process. Again, you hold the key. You hold the key within. The more balanced you are, the more you're going to just kind of fly through this energy. If you're not balanced within yourself, if you still have a lot of triggers, if you're still having trouble transmuting, allow yourself to keep working through that. Work with mentors, work with energy healers, work with within yourself. Keep connecting to yourself, keep connecting to your heart, keep connecting and balancing within yourself. Because the more you do that, the more this kind of turbulent energy is going to just kind of feel much more smooth. Because there's a lot that's changing and a lot that's shifting. So in the energy of love, you're going to be making some choices over the next couple of months, weeks and months. Where do you want to go? What path are you choosing? Are you choosing love? Are you choosing fear? Are you holding yourself back in the past? Or are you allowing yourself to take every opportunity to heal and move forward? I feel like new doors are opening for you as well. And this is a doorway of, again, just this brand new version of yourself, this higher version of yourself, this embodied version of yourself. It feels like more abundant. It just feels like more abundance, more love, more prosperity, could be even more finances. Major changes, major new beginnings are taking root here because you're moving into the next level of your journey. You're moving into the next level of your ascension. You are really leveling up within yourself. But I really feel like it's almost like there's this choice point. Which path are you going to choose? And I feel like you're consciously choosing, well, obviously I want to go forward. Obviously I want to choose healing. But just make sure that's conscious every step of the way. Make sure that you're consciously choosing love. Make sure that you're consciously choosing the future every step of the way. Especially when there are challenges, especially when there are triggers. If you're triggered, allow yourself to just take a step back and say, okay, where am I being triggered? What is this actually showing me? Where do I need to add more love to the equation rather than let this trigger bring me into fear or bring me into anxiety or bring me into another loop of spiral within my own mind? Choose love, keep choosing love, and keep choosing the higher perspective, and that's going to bring about this balanced state, that's going to bring about this centered state, and that's going to keep moving you forward to help heal the past, to help heal this sense of stagnancy, if you're feeling stagnant as well, and to heal any kind of heartbreak that you had been feeling. It's moving you forward. I feel like this energy is really just scooping us up and moving us forward. I'm getting this energy of illusion. I'll show you guys the cards in a minute. Interesting. Okay. We have the Seven of Cups. We have the Hanged Man. We have the Ace of Cups. And we have the Queen of Swords. I'm getting this energy of illusion. If you feel like your connection is stuck, stagnant, not going anywhere, where it is on pause, where it is just, there's some kind of lack within there, that's the illusion. That's the illusion. It's almost like they're asking you to go behind the veil, and actually see the love that is here, where you're able to communicate with each other in the energy of love, in the heart space, is what I'm getting with that Ace of Cups there, to communicate within the heart space. Um, it's what we talk about a lot on the channel. It's like if you're in an energy of lack, then you're going to keep perceiving that lack, right? So you have to shift your perspective. You have to look at things from a new light, from an energetic perspective. That's what this ascension journey teaches us. It teaches us how to see things energetically versus just what's in the physical world. What's in the physical world is a lot of this. It's a lot of confusion. It's a lot of illusion. And that illusion creates the confusion. So if you're feeling stuck, if you're feeling lack because maybe the communication isn't what you want it to be, or maybe there's a lack of communication, or maybe you're triggering each other, or maybe whatever the situation is, allow yourself to see beyond face value. Don't look at things so much at face value, but understand the energy beyond what you see. Trust what it is that you're feeling, and you go into the heart space to really tap into this energy. Because I do feel like you guys are communicating. I do feel like you feel each other's energy. Could be in dream state, could be telepathically, could be with downloads, could be with just this inner knowing. However it is that you experience your connection, it doesn't just have to apply to your physical connection. It can apply to anything. Look beyond the illusion. Look beyond what's being shown to you. Allow yourself to understand that you're constantly communicating with each other. As twin flames, as sacred partners, you're always doing this at the highest level together. And even though you're triggering each other, that's what your twin is meant to do. Not out of cruelty, of course, never out of cruelty, but they're there to show you the mirror, to see where more love needs to come into the equation, where you're not fully loving yourself. Now, when we talk about spirituality, or in the spiritual community, when we talk about self-love, sometimes it's on a very superficial point or structure, where it's like, oh, you should nurture yourself, and you should take care of yourself, and you should give yourself Epsom salt baths and stuff like that. Yes, that's part of the equation, but that's not entirely loving yourself. Loving yourself is accepting yourself. Loving yourself is connecting with yourself. Loving yourself is knowing yourself in your shadows, knowing yourself in your light, and accepting both of those things. Loving yourself so deeply and so unconditionally that you will never put another person ahead of yourself, that you will not sacrifice yourself, that you will not abandon, neglect, or reject yourself. That is not to say that we push people away. We always hold compassion. We always hold the energy of love. We always hold the energy of empathy. But so many of us have gotten to the other extreme, where we were overgiving and expending ourselves. We were neglecting ourselves. We were abandoning ourselves. We were people pleasing. We were putting others before ourselves, to the point where we were rejecting ourselves. So it's all about balance. It is all about balance. So we don't push people away, and we don't say, oh, I've got to take care of myself. Sorry, fuck you. Like, we don't do that. That's like, no, we don't do that. But we do learn how to love ourselves to such a point where we can honestly look at ourselves and love ourselves in that energy, accept ourselves in that energy. And that's what I feel like both of you guys are beginning to do this. Both counterparts are beginning to do this. And in that energy, that's where you love each other. That's where you connect. And so when you're meeting your counterpart, you're mirroring each other and you're triggering each other to show you where those kind of holes are, where you need to fill up on more love and more connection, especially when it comes to God. Whatever it is that you call God, the universe, source, creator, whatever it is that you call God, whatever it is that you feel comfortable calling, it's that higher power, that higher source energy. The more that you connect to yourself, the more you connect to and feel God with you and within you. What's going on with the masculine's headspace? Ten of Wands. I feel like something's shifting though. There's a major shift that's occurring right now for the masculines. And it's like this. You see how her dress, this deck is fascinating to me. You see how her dress is kind of burning away? That's what I feel like. I feel like, oh, what they just said is ego's burning away. So where they had really been burdened by their ego, where their ego had really been holding them back, I'm getting a lot of Nine of Wands energy where they had just been feeling so defeated and so weary from battling their ego over and over and over again. That's burning away. They're going through an ego death, or have gone through an ego death. There's a major shift that's coming in here. And I feel like this eclipse and the upcoming eclipse is all part of it. I'm also getting a tower moment. There might have been a tower moment. Tower moments don't have to be bad. They're just kind of surprising, shocking. They create breakthroughs. Four of Swords. Yeah, there's... This might be specific, so take it as it's resonating for you and your masculine. For somebody here, it feels like your person felt like there was all the time in the world, but this was ego. They might have even said to you something along the lines of, not now, or can't be in a relationship now, or we have all the time in the world, or let's take it slow, that kind of thing. The Four of Swords here is feeling like they felt like they had all the time in the world, but their ego, that was their ego. It was almost like, okay, I'm going to explain. I'm getting a couple of messages here. I'm going to try to kind of put the energy in its place and articulate it. On the one hand, if you feel pressured by time, that's one aspect of ego. Because remember that time doesn't necessarily exist. Only the present moment does. And if you feel pressured by time, like I'm running out of time, we're not going to have time to do this, or I lost time. Those are all wounds around the concept of time. I'll give you an example. For myself, I remember I was at my masculine's house a couple years ago, and I saw a picture of him in high school. We had gone to the same high school, but I don't remember seeing him. I haven't seen him since elementary school. He saw me during high school. I have no recollection of seeing him, even though I know that we crossed in the hallways. We didn't have any classes together since that one class in elementary school. So I remember seeing a picture of him and learning more about him, and I'm like, I just started sobbing. And he was like, what is going on? And I'm like, I feel like we lost so much time. We lost like 10, 15 years together because, you know, our journey just kind of took us apart. I had to heal that concept of time, that wound around time, and that feeling like we had missed out on time. So that's one part of the ego, and I feel like that's a lot of feminine energy there. The other side of things is feeling like you have all the time in the world. And I feel like that's more of the masculine energy, because a lot of masculines experience that, where there's a fear that holds them back, and they're like, oh, you know, I'll put it off. It's this procrastination kind of energy. There's time enough for this. There's time enough for that. So that's a wound as well, because you kind of push a lot of things away, not realizing that there's the now moment, not realizing that you can be, you know, enjoying everything in the now moment rather than, you know, waiting for someday. So both sides of the spectrum, interestingly enough, that's what twin flames are. It's the union of opposites, right? So both sides of the spectrum are being experienced. For this masculine, they felt like it wasn't necessarily like a someday. It was just like they kept kind of putting it off or pushing it aside. And now they're feeling pressure. Now they're like, oh my gosh, I feel like I'm running out of time now. Not running out of time as in like lost time, like that other extreme, but running out of time like, look what I've pushed away, that kind of thing. And I feel like I feel like time itself has become a heavy burden, because I feel like they finally kind of pushed you too far, that kind of energy. And I'm getting this energy of catch up. They're trying to play catch up now. So this could be communicating. This could be planning. This could be trying to get their own life in order. They're trying to play catch up because they realize that they just kept procrastinating and pushing it away and kind of ignoring time in a sense. But when you're doing that, then you're not fully living. Either end of the spectrum, you're living too much in the past or too much into the future. You're not fully present. And so you're, in essence, abandoning yourself in that regard. So there's a healing around time that's happening now for the Divine Masculine. It's very interesting. Very interesting energy. Yeah, it's interesting. Eight of Wands. Speaking of time, Eight of Wands, a very fast moving energy. So I feel like this is that energy of trying to play catch up. Forward motion, lots of forward motion. So they might have been in this Hanged Man energy, very stagnant, very paused. Their life wasn't going anywhere. And I think that they're recognizing it. Oh, let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Let's wait and see. Well, you wait and see for so long, months and years have passed, and you miss all these opportunities. And so now what's happening is they're really beginning to see the burden that placed on their life, how their own life wasn't moving forward. And now they're learning how to gain the strength and courage in order to kind of get their life going again. There's the Tower. I knew that was going to come in. What is this energy? There's a portal kind of energy that's coming through here. What? Tell me more about the Tower here. This could be the eclipse energy. So we have the Temperance card, we have the Tower, and we have the Eight of Cups. Can you guys see that? The Eight of Cups. And I'm getting two energies of portals here. Do you guys see that? I don't know why, but they're showing me a portal. And that could be the eclipse energy. That was like a portal that we stepped through, an energetic portal that we stepped through, a gateway that we stepped through. Give me a second. Oh God, okay. What I'm hearing is a masculine saying, I've made a conscious decision to change my life. That was the portal that they stepped through. That conscious decision, I made a conscious decision to change my life. That conscious decision opened up a portal, opened up a gateway for them, and now they're moving forward. And that gateway was in their heart. I'm getting, I got a huge influx of energy in my solar plexus, and now I'm getting a lot of, I don't want to call it pain because I don't want to worry you guys, but it's definitely heart chakra activations. So, and it just came in. So it really feels like that conscious decision that they made. And I feel like they felt it within their heart. I feel like their heart kind of opened up and expanded. And because they made that conscious decision, it's like, oh, their heart was a portal. Okay, their heart was a portal. So making that conscious decision helped them shift into a new timeline wherein they opened up their heart. I don't know if that makes sense. I can see it very clearly. I just don't know how to articulate it. They're moving forward in the energy of love. And this is not relationship love. Relationship is just a minor part of what love actually is. Relationship is just how you express it. But love is expansive. It is not just about the relationship. We have to understand that. The relationship doesn't even matter in the long run because you already are in relationship with your counterpart. You're already in relationship with everything in the world, in the universe. It is just love, and your person is beginning to understand this. You might be beginning to understand this too. It is just love. And the more that you focus on just that expansive energy of love, the more love comes to us in all those different facets, in all those different ways, including relationships with a specific person, with a partner. It could be relationship with money. It could be relationship with your job. It could be relationship with your family. The more that you just focus on love as a blanket kind of energy, the more that love is received in many different specific ways. And I feel like your person is starting to understand that, because I feel like, and I feel like you might have been in this energy in the past too, when you first met your counterpart, because you were so focused on that carrot, right? You were so focused on the relationship aspect. We all were. But the more we came along this ascension journey, we recognized that love just simply is. That love is what makes up the whole of the universe. And it's not just, when you think about it, when you really think about it and expand your mind, you understand that a relationship is like, how do I say this? It is infinitesimal. It is minute. It's almost like it doesn't even matter in the long run, because of the relationship we have with love, and the relationship that love provides us with everything. So we were so kind of narrow-minded on that relationship, thinking that's what we needed, when it wasn't. Love is more expansive than that. And the more that we tune into the energy of love within everything, the more love just keeps being received back to us in all those many ways, including the way that we want in relationship. Your person's beginning to understand this. I feel like your person had been like you, very kind of narrow-minded and focused, only coming at it from a different way. It's almost like you were like, I want a relationship, and your person's like, nope, I don't want a relationship. So you were both focused on the relationship only. You were like, I want it, and they were like, nope. But now it's like you're recognizing that because love is so expansive, you can have a relationship in that expansive energy. That's where you break free from the container. That's where you have that sense of non-attachment. That's where you have that sense of beautiful freedom. That's gorgeous. I hope that makes sense. That's really beautiful. All right, we have Knight of Swords. We have the Seven of Wands. Seven of Wands. And we have the Ace of Wands. This deck is crazy. Okay, it's interesting energy that's coming through here. First of all, even though this is the Ace of Wands, what I'm getting from here is throat chakra activations. I feel like something's unlocking. It's almost like this is the halfway point between the heart and the throat. I feel like because their heart is unlocking, their self-expression is unlocking. And Spirit's very specific saying that, self-expression. Because it's how one expresses themselves, how your person expresses themselves, not just when it comes to declarations of love and all that stuff. I know we want to hear that, but this is how they present themselves, how they are authentically in the world, how they are embodying their higher self, how one expresses themselves. I feel like that is changing, where they had held themselves back or suppressed themselves, even suppressed their words. Not just when it comes to love and relationship, but who they are, standing up for oneself, speaking up for oneself, asserting oneself. That's all part of self-expression. It's all part of that package. And I feel like that's unlocking here. I like how it's the Ace of Wands, because Spirit's coming forth and saying it's not just about communication and self-expression, but it's about movement. It's about action with that. So it's balancing out not just speaking words, not just action, but it's like action aligning with words, or their words aligning with action now. And that's what this new beginning really feels like here. That being said, this feels like new energy. Now, it's when I say new energy, we've channeled something like this before. So it's not like out of this world, but this feels like a real stabilizing energy. It feels like an anchoring in of this energy. This Knight of Swords, I'm getting this energy of reverence, and this energy has come forth before, where it's like they are, how do I say this? This is like surrender. Surrender in an energy of reverence. Surrender in an energy of honor. And what are they honoring? They are honoring their feminine. They're honoring you. They're surrendering in honor of you, on their knees in honor of you. And what I love about this Seven of Wands is no longer almost like against you, no longer in conflict with you, no longer defending against you, but defending your honor here now. Defending you. Fighting for you. So it's almost like where this had been like you against each other, holding back from each other, this now feels like you both against the world. There's a really beautiful energy coming through in this Knight of Swords. This real sense of chivalry and gallantry. Um, this real sense of reverence. I don't know how else to say it. That's just the word that I keep getting. Um, on your knees in honor of, on your knees in reverence of, on your knees in respect of. It's just this really beautiful energy of, you know, when a knight kneels before a queen, it's that kind of energy. And I feel what I'm hearing is he's humbling himself as the knight before becomes the king. Before he stands up beside you, this is part of his step. It is surrendering at your energetic feet, surrendering to your energy. There's this kind of recognition here. I don't quite know how to put this all into words. The energy that I'm receiving, it's a very different energy. Again, where you might have been kind of battling against each other, defending against each other, or like, pushing each other away, that kind of energy. This feels like fighting for each other, fighting for you. Um, it's like this very us against the world kind of energy. But this energy is just pure love. There's just look at that card for a moment. Just look at that love. It is serene and peaceful and surrender. Done fighting, done defending yourself against this connection. Now it's just this pure surrender of I honor you. I recognize you. I am in reverence of you. I am at your feet, humbling myself at your feet, knowing that I will and can become king. But right now, in this moment, I am humbling myself at this feet. This journey, you have brought me to my feet in humility and honor of you. This recognition of you. It's a really beautiful energy. It resonates good. Good. This is significant shift from what we had been experiencing, I think. I mean, we'd been going through that process of a shift and transformation, but this feels like it's really anchoring in. Like it's really, like we're going to really be feeling it energetically, of course. The way that you perceive it in your physical world is going to obviously look different than the energy or how I articulate it. It's going to look very different from how I'm articulating it, but it's the energy behind the actions. It's the energy behind the words. And again, the words and the actions aligning. So with this in mind, listen to the energy or feel to the energy. And again, the actions might look very different. I mean, your person might not be on their actual physical knees in honor of you and saying, I honor you. Maybe if this were back in medieval times when there were knights and stuff, yeah, absolutely. Maybe. Very different time period now. But it's the energy behind it. It's the energy behind it. And you'll be able to feel the energy behind it.